Now let's talk about the bobbin case and the bobbin hook area. Okay, first of all, we need to wind your bobbin with your favorite color, which should match your top color thread. And as you're winding that, you want to make sure that it winds tight and firm so that you don't have a spongy bobbin. And then we're going to go ahead and take our bobbin case. We're going to place our bobbin, and we want that bobbin to wind clockwise off. Place it in, and then we're going to run it through that little groove up underneath that tension spring. And now it's time to tension that bobbin case, because bobbin tension is the foundation of your tension on your machine. So we always want to set that bobbin tension first, and then we'll work with our top thread. So I'm going to lay that in my hand, and as I lift this up, I want that to slide. I want it to stand up firmly, but I want it to slide down. And as you can see, there's no slide. So that tells me this is too tight. So let's look at where we need to make our adjustment. We have this screw with this little ring around it. This is your tension screw. We're going to use our screwdriver. This came with in your accessory kit. And then we think we need to loosen it, and so we need to turn it to the left. So I'm going to make a larger adjustment. That was about 15 ticks. Now, do you see it won't hardly stand up at all? So I actually loosened it too much. Put that little screw in there and tighten that up. Just a tick. Oh, I can feel it. You can almost see it come off of my hand. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so now we're set. Go ahead and cut that thread off there. It's time to place this in our bobbin hook area, but we need to do some maintenance on our bobbin hook area. We need to clean it out, and we need to place a drop of oil in there. You need to do a drop of oil after every bobbin change so that you keep that lubricated in the race of the hook. So that drop of oil with your oiler that came with your machine, but before you do that, you need to clean the lint out. So you had a lint brush that came with your machine, but this machine, the Capri, the engineers have designed this so that it has a dam in the hook area so that if I were to use canned air, it will not push the lint and any type of debris back into the workings of the machine. So you can use canned air on this machine. If you do choose to do the lint brush, there's some little cables down in the hook area with a light, and so you need to be really careful as you're using your lint brush so that it doesn't harm those cables. So if you use the lint brush, be careful, but you can use the canned air. Now let's get down there and see what needs to be taken care of, clean it out, and put a drop of oil in our hook. One of the nice things about this insight table is that I can slide the insert out and I can get to my bobbin hook area. So I can see, as I look down there, there's a good light. I can take my lint brush or my canned air, and I'm going to take my lint brush and show you how delicate you should be as I'm coming under here, cleaning out. Want to be very careful because there's cables down there. Clean that out, and you can see there was a little bit of lint. And now it's time to oil it. Now your oil bottle, when you receive it, it comes with the spout pushed in. So you want to pull that out, and then you can go ahead and take off the cap. And then as we go down here and look, you want to take your spout and place it right on the race there. Okay, and you want just a drop of oil. And so I'm going to go ahead and press the oil. And if you get too much oil, you can use some batting from, a scrap of batting or something to get that oil off. The other thing is you want to be really careful with is once you oil your machine, which you should do it after every bobbin change, you want to stitch off on a sample sandwich before you start quilting on your quilt, because that oil will catch on the thread and go into the quilt, and you don't want that. So make sure you practice, do a little bit of a sample stitch off, and then you'll be ready to place your bobbin case in. So we have tensioned our bobbin case, and so we're going to hold it just like this. We're not going to lift out this little lever, because that lever is for bringing it out of the machine. We're going to press that into the bobbin hook area, making sure the top of the bobbin case is up, and press it in. Did you hear that click? You want to hear that click, or it's not in there properly. Now, to take it out, you're going to just take that lever, pull that lever, and then you can pull it out. And by pulling that lever, it actually holds on to the bobbin. So let's go ahead and put that in again. I'm going to put the lever down, go in. This is facing up. Listen for the click, and it's in proper. Now we can go ahead and slide the insert back in and tighten up our hand knobs here so that it'll hold it in place.